Read the official statement online. College counts. Give smart. Get your sports fix on Alabama Tonight.
It is the start of a nice evening across central Alabama. Here is your Interceptor forecast for 7 o'clock tonight. Skies overhead partly cloudy. Temperature-wise, very pleasant in the lower 80s at 82. More in the upcoming week straight ahead.
Now on Alabama's 13 News.
As we grill hot dogs and hamburgers, it's a very different kind of Memorial Day weekend and more. We'll take you to Oklahoma, where the president is acting as comforter-in-chief. Plus, people in Alabama keep showing how generous they are. You might be amazed at how much just one organization has collected for storm survivors. And all you pet lovers out there, listen up. Governor Robert Bentley has taken a very strong stand on animal abuse. Find out what landmark move he made to make our best furry friends safer.
This is Alabama's 13 News at 5, where accuracy matters.
We're always so glad to see you. I'm Hillary Golston. Thank you so much for joining us on this Memorial Day weekend. Just a quick reminder for you, as always, we are streaming this newscast right now on alabamas13.com. Today, President Obama got a first-hand look at the destruction in Moore, Oklahoma. He spent the day touring the damage, meeting with survivors and volunteers. He also called on the rest of the nation to continue its support of the recovery efforts. Jay Gray has a closer look tonight for more.
The flags that fly in Moore this Memorial Day weekend honor our nation's war heroes, but also stand tall for those in this ravaged community still engaged in the fight.
How long was this thing on the ground?
Today, President Obama got a first-hand look along the front lines of that battle, a trip to the area hardest hit by the storm that many here say is vital to the recovery effort.
Well, I think it'll do a lot of good, because a lot of people do need a lot of help around here.
Help the president promised while comforting survivors and thanking first responders.
Everywhere, fellow Americans are praying with you, they're thinking about you, and they want to help.
Survivors say it's important that the president and the rest of the nation understand exactly what they're going through.
The more recognition people have of what's really happening, the more that folks can see the scope and breadth of this destruction, the better it'll be for all of us.
But along with all the devastation and debris, the president is also getting an up-close look at the determination of this battered community.
From the forecasters who issued the warnings, to the first responders who dug through the rubble, to the teachers who shielded with their own bodies their students. Oklahomans have inspired us with their love and their courage and their fellowship.
Qualities they will lean on for years during a long and painful recovery here. Jay Gray, NBC News, Moore, Oklahoma.
And here in Alabama, Alabamians continue to show how extremely helpful they are in Oklahoma. They are giving and donating. About $30,000 worth of donations and supplies were collected by a group in Franklin County. Many people in Franklin witnessed the destructive powers of tornadoes firsthand back on April 27th of 2011. Community members in Franklin County took donations Tuesday through Saturday. Organizers say people from all across the Tennessee Valley helped out. Here on the home front, remembering our veterans takes top priority today and also tomorrow. A local group is making sure their service is never forgotten. This Memorial Day weekend, 42 veterans got what are called stepstone pavers at the Alabama Veterans Memorial Park. These stepstones will be installed beneath the American flag in Flag Plaza, joining hundreds of previous honorees as a permanent reminder of their service to our country. What a great event. There's more stuff you can attend tomorrow. There are a number of events going on. The Alabama National Cemetery is holding an event starting at 9 a.m. The Tuscaloosa VA will hold a Memorial Day ceremony at 10 in the morning. Also at 10 in Etowah County, there will be an event at the Ola Lee Mizzy Patriot Park, and that is going to be great. And finally, at noon, a fish fry is planned by Post VFW 6022 in Cottondale. The event runs from noon until the fish are all eaten up, so make sure to get there early. An accident yesterday afternoon leaves a woman dead. Brandy Vance was killed near Hayden when a motorcycle she was riding on crashed on County Road 7. The accident happened around 3 o'clock yesterday. The driver of the motorcycle, Brian Anthony Pinion, was injured and taken to UAB Hospital. State troopers are still looking into exactly what caused that crash. Governor Robert Bentley hopes his administration will be remembered for the largest road building program in state history, and he acknowledges it wasn't even his idea. Bentley's road program has lined up $743 million for 693 projects covering every single Alabama county. The state is paying for the projects by selling Garvey bonds, and those bonds are paid off using federal money that the state will get in future years for the road projects. Bentley's opponent in 2010, Ron Sparks, proposed the idea during a debate. Well, the governor liked that idea, so he asked Sparks to join his staff to help with those Garvey bonds. What a good idea. Also, Alabama Governor Robert Bentley signed a new animal abuse bill into law. The bill strengthens penalties against those accused of animal abuse in our state. The governor seems pleased with the legislation. We want to make sure, he says, that people who are intentionally cruel to animals certainly need to be punished.
We want to make sure that people who are intentionally cruel to animals, they certainly do need to be punished. We just had to make sure that that it didn't hurt farmers and chicken farmers and people like that. So we had to make sure that, and this bill is okay. So we signed it.
And the bill, sponsored by Representative Joe Fost from Baldwin County, strengthens the cruelty laws that protect animals by raising the penalty for some violators from a misdemeanor to a felony. Officials in Tuscaloosa are competing for an award that would help revitalize the city's downtown area. Tuscaloosa is one of 100 nationwide vying for the Main Street Matters Award being offered by the Benjamin Moore Paint Company. Residents can vote online for Tuscaloosa to be among 20 winning cities. The contest resulted from a partnership between the Make It Right Foundation, founded by actor Brad Pitt, to focus on improvements to low-income areas, and other organizations. Cities that win the contest will have their main streets repainted over the course of the next year. Well, Kentucky is known for having some of the best horses in the world, but locally, one farm has two of the greatest Arabian horses ever. This should be good. Mike Royer takes us there to meet the horses coming up in our Spirit of Alabama. And a week of great college baseball is coming to an end in Hoover. Tom and Ina will have all the highlights of the SEC Finals coming up in sports. Welcome to you, Jerry.
Hillary, welcome to you. So far, this Memorial Day weekend has featured great weather, but will it continue for the big day itself tomorrow? We'll take a look at that and the rest of the work week, too. You're watching Alabama's 13 News at 5, where accuracy matters.
Alabama's 13 Interceptor Forecast Center is fine-tuned to keep you ahead of the storms. Interceptor radar, state-of-the-art forecast modeling, and experienced meteorologists combine to keep you accurately informed about weather systems heading our way. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Tracy, along with the Interceptor Forecast team, explain the weather clearly, calmly, and keeps it easy to understand. Stay tuned and ahead of the storm. Watch or click on Alabama's 13 Interceptor Forecasts, because accuracy matters.
Don't take your eyes for granted. Trust them to Pearl Vision. For a limited time, buy one pair of glasses or prescription sunglasses and get another pair for free. Pearl Vision, caring for eyes since 1961.
Nothing interesting. 654 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer. You're watching Alabama's 13 News.
Alabama is home to some champion horses, and now the winningest Arabian mare of all time has come back home to Alabama. Her name is Just a Dream, and she really is. You might remember her dad, Just a Fire. Just a Fire runs the roost at Cornerstone Ranch. He's a remarkable animal, a champion himself. He's enjoying life at Cornerstone Ranch and the sire of many wonderful horses. Mike Royer goes back to Cornerstone Ranch for tonight's Spirit of Alabama report.
A visit to Cornerstone Ranch is like a day off from the hustle and bustle, a day off from the troubling stories that make news these days. And there's just something special about Arabians. This one-year-old moves with such grace. She's not been trained to move like that. She moves like that because that's who she is. It's simply the Arabian way. This is where we first met Justifier a few years back. A sire to world champions, Justifier is made to show and to show off. We'll always remember watching as he headed straight to a mirror in this indoor ring and just admired what he saw. Today, Cornerstone Ranch owner Debbie Holden is excited that after years away, world champion Just a Dream is back home. That's Just a Dream on the right and her daughter Just Dream on the left.
I don't want to make a pun, but it is a dream come true.
I know.
God has blessed me a lot. I never would have believed I could have had her back home again with Justifier and her daughter and her granddaughter.
There. Got it. Beautiful. Good, done.
Today is picture day at Cornerstone. Vic and Lori Richliano are behind the cameras.
We've been taking photographs for years. We travel all around the country, North and South America. We see thousands of horses, current national champions, past national champions, future national champions, babies, and there is no mare out there like Just a Dream. She is phenomenal.
She's 15 now, and she has the most national championships of any decorated Arabian mare in history. I haven't seen her since she was 3 years old, and she's 15 now, and I'm extremely excited to have her back at home again.
Deb Holden has had success riding in competition. She's raised horses for years. Her work is her passion. Her horses are champions. Champions like Just a Dream. And her horses, champions or not, are family.
They're also a pleasure to have at home because all of these trail ride. And they trail ride around the farm, and they're fun. Like when I check on them at 10 o'clock at night, they're nickering and they want their carrot, and I make sure they're fine before I go to sleep. And they really enjoy being show horses because they like to be catered to, I guess like all of us, but yeah, she does too. Down that lane over there.
So life is good at Cornerstone Ranch. Plenty of hay and carrots, plenty of attention, new babies every year, and dreams. Lots of dreams of champions. That's the spirit of Alabama.
Great story. UAB was fighting for its tournament life when it took on the Gators in a super regional. Did the Blazers get to play again? Tom and Ian will have all the highlights coming up. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Hillary. Certainly a very pleasant day across the area today. Will it be this nice for Memorial Day tomorrow? We'll look at that and also take a peek at the work week. You're watching Alabama's 13 News at 5, where accuracy matters.
What do you want to get done today? Want to take the loader off? Bing, bang, boom. Need to connect a mower deck? Oh, look, you just did. The One Family Subcompact Tractor with dozens of attachments, only from John Deere. Now, how can you top that tomorrow? That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by your local Tri-Green Equipment dealership today or visit us online at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Long Lewis has new Escapes for $1.99 a month. Highway.
Always ahead of the weather. Now, Alabama's 13 Interceptor weather forecast.
And it's been quite a weekend so far, folks. I'll tell you, the weather yesterday and today just about ideal outside. There'll be a few changes tomorrow for Memorial Day, but I think it'll still be pretty nice. Here are your forecast facts now. Mainly dry weather to continue, not only for the time being, but probably right through the work week. Temperatures eventually getting up near 90 or so and getting more humid than it's been too. Not humid by the standards of the middle of July, but still pretty humid compared to the dry weather we've had the past couple of days. As we look at the southeastern states, we do see some increase in cloud cover to our south and also to our west. This is because of a disturbance in the upper atmosphere that will float on by tomorrow, and I think that probably means we'll see a bit more cloud cover. Still a nice day, but I don't think it'll be quite as sunny as today was. Interceptor radar, despite the clouds approaching, showing no signs of any rain, and we don't have any rain in the forecast until next weekend, and even then it looks like only isolated showers. Did warm up today, 87 in the Magic City, 86 in Tuscaloosa, 85 in Calera, 82 degrees in Coleman, so a warm day, and certainly that's been the trend. Temperatures are running about 3 to 8 degrees higher than they were at this time yesterday, so we continue to warm up. The other thing that's going to change will be this. The dew points are still very low. Only 44 in Birmingham, 51 in Calera, 55 in Tuscaloosa. So the air still feels light out there. It still feels very comfortable. Over the course of the next 24 hours, some of this more humid air is going to come in. 66 for the dew point in Kansas City, 67 in Dallas. Even Bismarck, much more humid than Birmingham is, and that hardly ever happens. In any event, our dew points will rise here, so you'll feel the air being a bit more humid the next couple of days. Again, not like the middle of summertime, but nonetheless a change from the way it's been recently. Outside this evening, just some scattered clouds. Very nice weather. 82 at 7, 74 at 9, down to 68 by 11. So we'll be cooling off during the evening, but still pretty comfortable outside with partly cloudy skies overhead. Here's our computer model forecast starting off at 7 o'clock, showing things very quiet as we go through the overnight period. The clouds do increase just a bit, and that's why we'll go with a mixture of clouds and sunshine for our Monday, but overall still a nice Memorial Day. It's trying to suggest 1 or 2 isolated showers might break out. They might, but they'll be very, very isolated if they do. Most spots will be rain-free. Then Tuesday, the same kind of deal. If anything, probably a little bit sunnier. Later on this week, slightly better rain chances, but only slightly. I think for the most part, we're talking dry weather continuing for days. My interceptor forecast tonight includes a few clouds overhead. Mild, 64 the low temperature. Tomorrow features a mixture of clouds and sunshine, just high clouds though. Afternoon high about 86, and it will be a bit more humid tomorrow. On my Interceptor 7-day forecast beyond tomorrow, doesn't change a whole lot right through Friday. Afternoon's very warm, humidity levels up somewhat. Then maybe next weekend, perhaps a scattered shower or a thunder shower. Even then, nothing definite. So good weather for Memorial Day despite a slight increase in cloud cover.
It seems like it's going to be just very boring. And
that's okay. Sometimes in the weather, boring is good.
I think on Memorial Day, I will take boring.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate it. There is a big player, star football player, who is out at a big school. What's going on?
Yeah, obviously, anytime college football news breaks, it's going to be right at the top. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Notre Dame, the team that Alabama defeated, well, big name, might not be back. We'll have that. Also, UAB softball, huge day for them today. Tough loss in game 1 yesterday. Could they win twice today over Florida to punch their ticket to the Women's College World Series? We'll have highlights of UAB in Florida on the other side of the break in sports. You're watching Alabama's 13 News at 5.
Price each Sunday night at 10:35 p.m. Watch The Attorneys right here on Alabama's 13. Join host David Lamb and civil trial attorney Josh Wright of the law firm of Hollis, Wright & Couch. Watch The Attorneys each Sunday night at 10:35 p.m. to get the answers. Listen to 93.7 WTJC for Alabama's 13 daily forecast. Now, Alabama's 13 sports.
Oh, look, they knew it wasn't going to be easy. UAB found a way to reach the Super Regionals for the first time in school history. The Blazers knew it was going to be maybe difficult at times for them in Gainesville. UAB would have to beat number 2 Florida twice in order to advance. UAB lost game 1 yesterday. They would have to beat the Gators twice today to advance to the Women's College World Series. Bottom of the third, no score. Runner at third with 2 outs for Heather Pearson, but she grounds out to end the inning. We're still scoreless. Top of the fourth, still 0-0. Runner at third with 2 outs for Taylor Schwartz. And that one ripped off the wall. A run comes around to score. 1-0, Gators with the lead. It would stay 1-0 until the bottom of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on for Anna Kimbrell. She crushes one deep to the track, to the wall, and not quite out. She'll have a double there, so Blazers a runner in scoring position. After a pop-out, UAB down to their last out. Lauren Webster's ground ball misplayed by Kelsey Stewart. A good effort, though. UAB trying to send the run home. But Haley Glynn tagged out. UAB's season comes to an end. 1-0 Florida moving on. We'll have reaction from UAB at 10. Alabama and Auburn, they still have to wait. Both teams can only sit back and watch the final of the SEC baseball tournament in Hoover. The 2 teams most expected to be in the final game have made it there. Top seeded Vanderbilt and number 2 seed LSU. Top 2 teams in the whole country playing for the title. Top second, no score. Runners at first and second for Jared Foster. This one will fall in. Tony Kemp gets the cutoff here, and watch, he throws to first. Normally good when someone's there. You see, when there's no one there, it's bad. That allows a run to score there, made it 1-0 Tigers. Bottom of the second now, Tigers up 3-1. Vince Conde, the RBI single to make it 3-2 at last check. Tigers lead at 4-2 in the 4th. More at 10 o'clock. Game 4 of a 5-game set for the Barons tonight in Jacksonville against the Suns. Birmingham comes into tonight with the best record in the Southern League at 30-18. It's been a pretty good New York vacation for the Atlanta Braves. They'll look to sweep the Mets tonight in the final game of their 3-game set. Mike Minor on the mound last night made just as much noise with his bat as he did with his arm. Minor hit a 2-run homer along with throwing 7 1/3 innings of shutout ball. Tonight's game begins at 7 o'clock. More on this one at 10. Hey, we're beginning a youth sports spotlight featuring youth teams and players on Alabama Tonight. Parents and coaches, send us your information on summer teams, travel teams, sports camps, any video and pictures you might have to newstips@alabamas13.com. WVTM.com. A shocking story out of college football last night. A report from WNDU said Notre Dame starting quarterback Everett Golson was no longer enrolled at the school. Now Golson has released a statement today to ESPN saying he has been suspended for the upcoming fall term because of, quote, poor academic judgment. Golson also says he wants to try and regain his eligibility in 2014. Well, a long day of racing during this Memorial Day weekend. Before we get to the Indianapolis 500, we begin with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Coca-Cola 600 will take place tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Denny Hamlin at the top for tonight's race. He's on the pole. Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Mark Martin, Clint Boyer round out the top 5. This race underway shortly. We'll have a recap tonight at Alabama's 13 News at 10. The 97th edition of the Indianapolis 500. Dario Franchitti trying to win his 4th Indy 500. Lap 4, early trouble for J.R. Hildebrand. Wrecks between turns 1 and 2. His day's over. Lap 57. Takuma Sato, who nearly won it last year, spins coming off turn 2. He would finish 13th. On a restart with 3 laps to go, Tony Kanaan passes Ryan Hunter-Ray to take the lead, and then seconds later, Franchitti into the wall. That means this race will finish under caution, so Kanaan knows he will win the race. Tony Kanaan takes a gulp of milk because he wins his first ever Indianapolis 500. Final check of your forecast when we come back. You're watching Alabama's 13 News at 5.
Oh, KFC. Thanks, Mom.
Don't take the drumstick.
Drumstick. What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get. Don't take the drumstick.
You know what? I'll just take your drumstick and my drumstick.
Another drumstick? Magic bucket.
Wow. The new KFC $8.99 10-piece drumsticks and thighs bucket. 10 of the juiciest, most flavorful pieces of our freshly prepared chicken. Just $8.99 for a limited time. Today tastes so good.
Every inch, every minute, every second, we chip away, making the colors of earth and sunset skies into rich interior accents, or putting
a penguin at SeaWorld Orlando's Antarctica exhibit gave guests quite a surprise yesterday when it jumped from the water. SeaWorld workers quickly surrounded the penguin until a handler could arrive and return it to the water. The aftermath was captured by guests on video. I love it running around there. SeaWorld officials said the safety and the health of guests is a top priority at the park because, of course, that little penguin is going to wreak havoc.
Well, it looks to me like apparently they must be hard to catch because nobody was really trying there for a while.
Yes.
I would assume it would be kind of slippery, right?
Maybe they thought it was fun. They just wanted to keep taping them.
That could be.
Running around.
Yeah.
And they got their video and we're playing. There you go. 82 degrees
go.
and 7. A nice evening out there. Enjoy.
Thank you, Jerry. And thank you all for being with us. We'll be back at 10 o'clock tonight. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Yes?
Bye.
And goodbye.